All right, so today we have a positivity and awareness class with Chelsea, and I would like to welcome everyone to STROLO University. STROLO U was created at the start of COVID pandemic as a way to offer both physical and mental activities and classes to help benefit cystic fibrosis community throughout the difficult months while society isolated at home. The CFLF expanded this program with new spring and fall semester this year, adding brand new classes and incorporating more educational and informative classes to the mix. The CFLF would like to thank all the individual supporters and the STROLO U instructors for their participation in making STROLO University a positive resource. Oh, my screen just got derailed by, hold on. Right after it screen shared, it like took it away. Gosh darn it. STROLO U instructors for their participation in making STROLO University a positive resource and experience for people with CF. We hope you enjoyed today's class. Please keep checking our website at cflf.org /StroloU and our Facebook page for more class updates. We have registration available for classes at 2 weeks at a time, so keep checking back for new classes being added throughout the summer. And then we also have our word search, which I will give the letter at the end of the class. So, and I would like to thank our sponsors, Chiesi, Viatris, Translate Bio, Nestle Health Science, and Kroger Health. So it's all you now, Chelsea.
It's me. There we go.
It's all you.
So thank you so much, Rev, for our introduction. And so tonight we'll be talking about awareness, positivity, and I'll just have everyone mute their microphones. Feel free to unmute at any time, raise your hand. This is an open space, but we are recording, so just know that later on, if anything, it will be on the recording. So tonight, kind of in that whole positivity and awareness realm, we're going to be talking specifically about awareness. So it is CF Awareness Month. If anyone did not know, May is Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month. And I wanted to start and kind of talk about this tonight because I've seen a lot, and I know personally, May is always a double-edged sword for me because I feel a lot of pressure to be that person who spreads awareness. I want to be that person who educates and continues to step in the footsteps of people who have come before me and created such leaps and bounds in the cystic fibrosis world and the community. But I also know that brings all that pressure and that anxiety of, oh, wow, I didn't share something today. I didn't do this. I didn't do my part of being someone who's spreading the awareness. And I feel like that can bring us a lot of shame and a lot of just heaviness during this month of feeling like we should be doing something. And I like to encourage everyone to become allergic to the word should, because that is simply just a judgment word. So don't, as I like to say, don't should all over yourself. If you feel called to share, if you feel called to talk about your story, to educate someone, and it doesn't even have to be at a large caliber. I think a lot of us think so big and we want to make so much of a difference. We want to have, especially in social media, like thousands of followers. We want to reach as many people, but sometimes simply talking to the person next to us, maybe not in COVID, but simply talking to someone in line at the grocery store, or if someone comments on a cough or questions, that's an opportunity for awareness. You don't have to make these great leaps and bounds of trying to reach as many people as you can. I think that one person at a time is one of the most effective ways, because then they meet you personally. They get to hear it from you. They now have realized in their mind, someone has this is what it means. And then the next time, maybe they'll share it with someone else. So I want to really bring that relation of awareness today to the here and now. Bring it back out of this cerebral, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? How am I going to change the world? Because I'm very much one of those people. I think that I want to change the world. I want to fix everyone. I want to make sure everyone feels heard. And so maybe putting a little less pressure on ourselves this month, which I know it's hard being CF Awareness Month, but also sitting with the fact that it's okay. Give yourself permission to not do. Maybe you're not feeling well. Maybe you're not at the place mentally where you're at the point where you want to, or you're even wanting to share that story yet, or maybe you've shared it before and right now is just not the time that it feels right. And just sitting with that and feeling okay with however you're feeling. Maybe you're like, yeah, I'm posting every day. I'm telling everyone I'm wearing my shirts. I have a banner. I'm flying it outside of my car. Awesome. But if you're also sitting in your house, you're saying, oh, I feel like I should be doing something. No. Do it if you want to. Do it if it feels good to you. But don't feel a negative sense around CF Awareness Month because you don't have the energy to, or it doesn't feel right. If it doesn't feel right, there's probably a reason. Maybe you're just not in that space mentally that it's comfortable to share about your disease or what you're going through. And give yourself a little bit of a break and say, that's fine. Be yourself, honor your journey, honor what you're feeling, and don't look at what other people are doing and try and put that on yourself, because that will just bring a shame and guilt. And those are emotions that we're trying to get out of. So when I look up, when you look up on the internet, why do we have Awareness Month? It's really about that human connection. It's why we have these awareness months, weeks, and why they're important, because it rallies us all together to spread awareness and show our support. You can do that in so many ways. You can do it through fundraising. You can do it through donating, by sharing a story, by just simply acknowledging and being conscious of your cystic fibrosis. Maybe spending this month to go internal. So Awareness Month does not have to be external. It can just be a time for you to sit with yourself. A synonym of awareness is consciousness. It's recognizing, it's not doing. So maybe just sitting with it and going internal about your awareness. What's your relationship? And we've been working all about with that the past few weeks. What's your relationship with your body, with this disease, this label? How are you working through that? And maybe what are you going through in this moment? Awareness Month can simply be about your relationship with yourself. It doesn't have to be about the relationship with the community, the foundations, the fundraising, all these things that they're so great. But don't get tied up too much in so many ways to show your appreciation and your love for Awareness Month and how much is being done, the research, the technicians, the doctors, everyone doing so many great things. Don't forget that you're living with it every day. You're doing your part by doing all of your medications, by living with this, by showing people, even maybe if it's just someone in your family, that you're rising above a difficult situation and bringing awareness to them to show them maybe what they can do as well. And simply by being in this room, by watching this video, you are spending time to work on that positivity, work on that mindfulness for yourself. And that really is what Awareness Month is about. It's bringing your awareness to an item, to something, to lift yourself up. Or if you feel called to lift others up, bring awareness, spread education. So with all of that, like I said, we're going to focus tonight on that Awareness Month, a little bit of that, I should be doing something, try and get rid of that. And I know I've worked a bunch on our relationship with our breath, with our inner critic. So if you'd like to get into those, we have those in the recordings on Facebook. So scroll, go look at those. And this will be a good one to kind of go on top of that. And we'll go into a meditation and just really take this moment to be with ourselves. So take the Awareness Month outside of the 30,000 people that live with CF in the US. Take it back to you. You're living with this. This is how your awareness is relating to yourself, relating to your disease, that you have ownership of. Just because so many people have it and it touches so many lives, maybe spend this next 30 minutes thinking about your relationship with how you interact with CF. rather than interacting with the community, trying to be that leader. Because right now, let's be a leader for ourselves. Let's be our own best friend, which we've already talked about. But for class, we'll start with a little meditation after our little spiel. So for a meditation, really you can sit however feels comfortable to you. Some people like to lay down, hang out, close their eyes, maybe place a cushion over the eyes. Find a comfortable space to sit. It can be comfortably in a chair, it could be leaning up against a wall, but find somewhere where you don't have as many distractions. You don't feel like the brain keeps wanting to go and focus on something else. You want to find a place where you feel nice and comfortable. Well, as I go down on my chair. See, guys, we're real. We're doing live right now. But find a nice, comfortable space. So like I said, that can be seated, that could be laying. I personally really like leaning up against a chair, crossing my legs. But when you find whatever a comfortable position is for you, begin to make that comfortable position. Close the eyes for a moment. So I like to lean back. Once we close our eyes, bring our shoulders up, back and down. Release that tension out of the shoulders. Begin to notice our breath. So tonight we'll be focusing on that awareness. And awareness just means that consciousness, that directed attention towards the body, bringing that awareness into ourselves, into the mind. And I always think closing the eyes just makes us a little more easy, brings it a little bit of ease to be able to tune into the body. It's one last sense for the brain to try and connect with. So closing those eyes and focusing on that breath. And we've talked about in past classes, maybe noticing if you have an immediate reaction to focusing on the breath. A lot of us with CF might have a negative connotation, a negative feeling that comes up when we focus on the breath. I said today we'll make ourselves allergic to the word should. But a lot of us feel like our breath should be a certain way. It should be deeper. It should feel easier. Try and eliminate those sentences from your brain right now. Beginning to accept the breath for what it is, rather than what it is not. That a quote that I love, of whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So if you focus on how shallow the breath is, it's not going to get any deeper. But if you begin to focus on how deep the breath is, almost physiologically, the body will slowly relax. The breath will naturally become easier, become deeper. The breath will come in with more ease. Just focusing on those inhales and letting go on the exhales. I like to take two hands, place them on my belly. And we're going to breathe into the belly. So deep inhale into the belly. Feel that belly expand. And then let it gently relax down. Going with your own breath. So every inhale, feeling that belly expand out like a balloon. And exhale, letting it come back in. Going a few more breaths with your own breath. Letting the breath begin to slow the mind. Last breath, deep inhale into that belly. Feel it expand. And let it go. Letting the breath return to normal. You can place the hands on the knees or just to the side. The goal of this meditation is just to bring awareness to the body. Awareness to any emotions. Not trying to fix anything, not trying to adjust anything. Just bringing awareness to how we are in the body right now. So as we sit or lay here, maybe an intention comes up, a point of focus for the mind, a reason that you came to class today. Maybe that intention is to be more present with the body, to bring more awareness, more consciousness to our body, maybe to our autonomic senses, the breath, heart rate, bringing awareness to those things that just happen naturally in the body. Or maybe there's an intention that you wanted to set for yourself tonight. Once you set that for yourself, begin to focus on the bottom of the feet. Maybe reach down with the hands, begin to give the bottom of the feet a little bit of pressure, a little self-massage, squeezing the bottom of the feet. And then letting go, moving our attention up into our calves, these large muscles on the back of the leg. Feeling maybe a pulse or the blood flow through the calves. Moving up into the knee, inside that knee joint. Maybe you can feel any sensations in the knee. And then move up into the thigh, the quads, and the hamstrings. These large muscles that encompass our femur, encompass our leg, allow us to move around in our day. Feeling the strength in these legs, how much blood flow runs through these muscles to create mobility, to allow us to run and walk. And moving into the hips, feeling maybe with the fingers, those hip sockets on the left and the right. Again, allowing us to be mobile, to be movement oriented throughout our day.
House.
And then gently moving into the belly, feeling the belly nice and soft. Maybe noticing that inhale back in the belly. Maybe even without the hands there, you can feel the expansion. And gently coming back. Moving up into the chest, almost imagining that there's no rib cage there at all. With the next inhale, feel that inhale completely fill up, almost as if there was space to keep going outside of the ribs. And letting it go when it feels right. Noticing any movements in the ribs, in that chest wall. Maybe as you inhale, the shoulders gently rise up. Noticing the shoulders, bringing our awareness to the shoulders, shoulder blades. And bringing the awareness down to the biceps and the triceps, Again, maybe noticing a heartbeat or a pulse in those muscles. And then moving down to those elbows. Bringing the awareness to the forearms, to the wrist, and the palms of the hand. Maybe your palms are face up or face down, feeling the palm of the hand. And then focusing on the thumbs. Maybe noticing as you focus on these thumbs that you can feel that heartbeat, that gentle pulsating motion, all the way from the chest down into the fingertips. You can feel that pulse even in the tiniest bit of the body in those thumbs. And then allowing our awareness to drift up the arms to the back of the neck, to the throat. Feeling any tension melt away from the neck. Maybe if you're sitting up, you adjust the head so you feel just a little less activation in the neck. And bringing the awareness up to the head, crown of the head, the very top of our head. Imagining the top of the head is attached to a string that's gently pulling us up. Maybe we get just an inch taller. And bringing the attention down to right above the eyebrows, the forehead, relaxing any tension there, getting rid of any wrinkles, maybe unfurrowing the brow. And letting the eyes gently rest in the eye sockets. Noticing if you can relax the eyes. Maybe you can notice a difference. And then lastly, relaxing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Letting the mouth be completely relaxed. Maybe the jaw gently opens. Feeling the whole body right now as one. Bringing awareness to the whole body. And bringing our conscious attention to this physical body. As we have our full attention here, if you haven't already, closing the eyes and beginning to think of that word awareness. What does that word awareness mean to you? Maybe thinking of how others are representing awareness, this Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month. And maybe sitting with any emotions that come up. Like I said, for me, I feel a little bit of pressure, a little bit of anxiety and guilt for not doing enough sometimes. Just sit with that. Maybe you feel like a CF rock star, and that's awesome. But if you do have any negative emotions around this awareness month, this pressure or guilt, maybe just sitting with that for a moment. Sitting with how that feels in the body, feeling that should energy. Once you feel that in the body, begin to bring in that kindness for yourself. We had talked about that inner best friend. Bring that person back. Remind yourself how hard you fight every day. Remind yourself how hard you have fought your whole life. Remind yourself of the battle that you face every morning. Maybe think of some people, some lives that you have changed. Maybe someone who has told you you've inspired them. Think of all of your support system. As you think of that support system, your family, your friends, spouse, feel that pride that they have for you. Feel how proud they are for everything you have done and everything you do. Feel it grow the more you think about it. Maybe you see it in your mind and it's just getting bigger and bigger. Feeling all that pride, beginning to let some of that pride sink into the heart, inside our body, into you. Feel that pride trickling into your heart space, into your awareness. It's easy to be so hard on ourselves, but think of how many things you have done, how much you should be proud of. There's no space here for the word should. You are enough. Maybe it feels good to say that out loud. I am enough. I have done enough. I do enough. Maybe think of all the times that you have brought awareness to what you fight every day, even simply by doing what you do every day to stay healthy. I guarantee you there are so many people around you who have learned so much from you simply being alive and doing what you have to do. So many people who are inspired, who are in awe. So many people who you make want to be a better person simply by doing what you do every day. Really taking the next breath to breathe that in, embody that. Maybe this moment you're like, I don't feel it. Sit with it, sit with that pride, sit with how many people that you have touched simply by being alive. How much awareness you have spread by doing your duty every day. Taking those pills, doing those medications, going to those doctor's appointments. How many times have you put yourself first? And how many times do you think that affected someone else? Breathing that in, taking a deep breath, feeling that pride, that inspiration that you have within yourself right now. Feeling it build and feeling so inspired by your own journey, by your own will to fight, your determination. I know personally there are so many people within the CF community that I'm inspired by, but quite honestly, each and every person touched by this disease is so inspiring. Maybe you don't know them, maybe you've just heard of them or seen them, or everyone in this room right now is so inspiring. Simply by doing what we do every day, whether it's a mom of someone with CF, a dad, an aunt, an uncle, a friend, everyone who helps support the CF community is so inspiring and should be so proud. So one last time, let's take that deep breath in, breathe that feeling in, building up that pride of ourself and let it go. Let go of that air. One last time, deep breath in, inhale. And on the exhale, let those shoulders drop. Let it go, sigh it out. Knowing that whatever you feel like doing to spread awareness is perfectly okay, is exactly what you should be doing. And there is nothing that you feel like you should be doing differently. Gently, if you're ready, beginning to slowly open our eyes, blink those eyes open, come back into our space, come back into our room, maybe wiggling the fingers, rolling the wrists, wiggling the toes, getting any crinks out from just sitting. And I always like to round out our classes with some journaling. For these journaling prompts, you can write them down now. You can come back to them later. I'll give us a few moments here to answer them now. But to start, if you have a sticky note, a pad of paper, anything, or even your phone, you can jot it down. First off, what does Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month mean to you? What is the goal? What does it mean? So what does CF Awareness Month mean to you? Maybe it's different than last year, or maybe it'll be different the next year. But right now, in this very moment, what does that mean to you? So again, what does CF Awareness Month mean to you? Moving on to the next question. What is the best way you feel you can honor CF Awareness Month in this moment? Like I said, maybe you're feeling a little low on energy, but how can you feel this CF Awareness Month in your life? And like we said earlier, that can simply be by doing this meditation, by bringing awareness to our relationship with CF. Or maybe you say, I want to write an article and put it out there. I want to do this. Not I should, but I want to do this, or I will do this. Whatever calls to you to really spread that awareness or connect with that awareness, connect with that consciousness and attention for CF Awareness Month. I don't know why I'm glowing right now. But our second question being, what do you feel right now you can do, or what are you being called to do to honor CF Awareness Month? And our last and final question is, what does the awareness about, or what is the relationship to CF mean to you? So that awareness of our relationship. So when you become aware of CF in your body, not relating to anyone else, but when you become aware of CF inside your body, in your life, what does that mean? What comes up? Does limitations come up? Does frustration come up? Or does determination and resiliency? None are wrong. What comes up when you think of your awareness of CF? Maybe that knee-jerk reaction that you have. And then our sub question on that: what do you want it to be? What do you want your reaction to be when you think of CF? Being aware of your CF, being conscious of your disease. Do you want that to be one where you have a positive relationship? Maybe how do you want that relationship to be when you think of your awareness of your CF? I completely agree, Georgia. Definitely many of us think of limitations and frustration. And maybe how do we want to change that? Do we want to start in the mind? Do we want to adapt? Maybe see how we can look at it and see if we can bring a little more awareness from a different sense. Maybe some things that it's given us, some things that it's shown us in our life. I know so many CFers are so strong because of CF. Maybe things that it brought out in you that maybe wouldn't have happened otherwise. But again, guys, thank you so much, everyone, for coming tonight to our awareness and meditation positivity class. Definitely went deep down the mindfulness and awareness path tonight about CF Awareness Month. So thank you for either coming to the recording. I now look like a glowing angel. Sorry, we didn't start like this. But thank you for coming and enjoying the recording if you did. And obviously thank to everyone who came to our live class.
Yes, thank you so much, Chelsea. You definitely look like there's sun on you right now.
I know, it's just a lamp.
And I just want to mention that today STROLO U has started a Watch to Win promotion. So at the end of each class, we will give a letter, and at the end of each week, you would unscramble the letters and email us the word on Sunday after 1 p.m. The first 4 people to email us the correct answer will receive a $75 gift card to Amazon. So email us at info@cflf.org. And so today's letter is E. So yeah, just follow along to all the classes to get the letters. And then let me just share my screen. Nope. All right. My window's not working. I just want to give a shout out. Thank you to all our sponsors, Chiesi, Beatrice, Nestle Health Science, Translate Bio, and Kroger Specialty Pharmacy. And a big thank you to you, Chelsea. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
I hope everyone has a great night. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
This was great.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good Thursday.
Thanks.
You
You too.
too.
Bye.
Bye, guys.